Hey, fan makers, it's your girl Pisces. I'm here with my boo Clue for episode 2 of the Love Seat Sessions coming right now.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Fat.
How's it going, everybody? This is Gordon Paul, and you're tapped in.
Straight back to the Country Fan Mail Podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Clue the Don, and as you already know, Pisces.
Welcome back.
Love Seat Sessions, episode 2. Thank y'all for everybody that's tapped in on the stream. Thank you for everybody that's tapped in on YouTube. And thank you to everybody who gave us that really dope, amazing critique about our last YouTube episode.
Yeah, we really appreciate y'all's input, y'all's feedback. And we're here for another one.
Let's do it. Go ahead and kick it off, Lashop.
Well, first of all, kick it off on are we talking about the name change, or are we just going directly into the question, or like when you say kick it off?
Well, let's start with the logistics. Let's start with the name change so people aren't confused,
Right. So we heard y'all's feedback last week, and the marriage counseling it was cute, but it wasn't a go for the stream name. So we have definitely upgraded and pivoted into the Love Seat Sessions. Thank you so much for everyone who voted on YouTube and on Instagram to help us with the renaming of the segment.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Because I don't know if y'all know, but any type of interaction that we get, on the channel, whether it is through YouTube, whether it's through Instagram, whether it is through on the stream, we appreciate it because we're not big time yet, but we're we're still building up there. So yeah, change up the name. That's what we're doing. That's why it's like episode 2, whereas episode 1 you're not going to see it. You had to. I'm sorry, and the only people that really actually saw it was the stream.
Yeah,
everybody else didn't really hear it. So
yeah, shout out to Ali. Like, we talk about day ones. We appreciate the feedback, like real time feedback about the technical issues that we were having on the YouTube side. But
before we go into it, this is actually something that I didn't have an opportunity to talk to Price about before I say this, but I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. We'll see. She'll tell me about it later.
Okay.
But if there's any brands out there, especially smaller brands, big brands, whatever, if you know somebody who has a brand and y'all are looking for type of brand ambassadors, but I'm not saying that we're gonna support anything. We have to actually be behind it, right? But
yeah,
if I have some brands that y'all want to send us over to, send them to us. Let us look at them, let them check it out. We would love to do those partnerships. That's actually how that mutual agreement type shit. That's how people really make money.
Absolutely. Shout out to all of you earring sisters making the earrings and the body jewelry. We'd love to chit chat with you. Absolutely.
All that stuff, so y'all know I wear hats, so yeah.
Yay.
Anyways, let's get into this conversation.
All right, so
to talk about.
The Love Seat Sessions are like real live questions that Clue and Pisces get asked regularly, either in the stream or throughout the capacity of having the podcast and just really working together as a couple in general. Yeah. So y'all asked, and we decided to have a conversation. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yeah, we should definitely have a conversation about this. And Clue was like, you really think so?
It was more so the setup of the conversation that I wasn't. See, my biggest thing is that if I hear something the first time, I might not agree with it. Sometimes it's how it's presented, or I have to kind of hear it a different way. That's all it is. What conversation are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, so that conversation was about
I'm pretty sure she's talking about
posting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
yeah.
So when we mean by posting, like social media posting, I mean that's really what we're talking about. Social media posting.
Yeah. So obviously,
if you post your boyfriend's picture on the side of your car, it's a little weird.
Hella weird.
But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
It's like almost this day and age. Apparently, one of the first questions that we ask once we get into a talkship or a situationship or almost like even relationship is apparently to post or not to post. And this is not even a male versus female situation. I sent Clue a song today, and and it said, she always acts better when her and her nigga be fighting. That was one of the lyrics in the song. And
how's that relevant?
I would, because it's the reason why men and women both on both sides like don't post. That's the feedback that I get.
I'm still trying to understand the relation, but I mean,
you wasn't singing it, were you? I was singing the hell out of that song, and then I was like, oh.
I don't know. I mean, here's my thing about posting, like, and y'all already know. You go clue it.
Here goes
social media ad. It's not like that. My thing is that yeah, it's a conversation that has to be had at the beginning. But also like I feel like don't get it twisted. Like posting is not the relationship. Posting is not like if your relationship has to live online, then y'all don't have a true relationship in my personal opinion. But like I said, I'm a lot more extreme about it because I ain't gonna hold you. Like when I met Pisces, like, and it wasn't just Pisces, like it really wasn't just Pisces. Like I told myself at that moment, like I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. Like post two.
He literally he was
nothing.
like, I don't care what you post, but I'm not posting anything.
That's why I was like, I don't care what you like. I'm not hiding from nothing. Posted, tag me, cool. But like, I don't feel like doing all that because why? Like, cause I feel like if you really know me, if you really fuck with me, you know what I'm doing. You know who she is. You know what's up. But when it comes to this social media shit, especially social media platforms that I barely know majority of the people, I was like, why? I didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
And then Shay said,
I said that it's important for me, especially considering at that point in our marriage, I was still streaming on POF. And it was very important to me that it never be misunderstood that I was married happily. Well, most of the time happily, but that I was in fact unattainable. And so for me, maintaining a social presence in a relationship realm, I decided that it was important to like maintain, like, for all parties, inaccessibility. I didn't understand that some people don't care about whether or not you post your nigga.
Don't say you ain't know. You know niggas.
I mean,
niggas not been caring has been a nigga them since the beginning of niggas. So it's like I feel like
it was a lot.
That was a lot. My apologies. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely a more of an open door that is put there when you're not putting yourself like that, you know what I'm saying, out there on front street. I completely get it, right? I completely get it. I would love to be in a situation, in a position that everybody just knows.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody just knows. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no longer going to be a point where you're not going to associate ASAP Rocky with Rihanna anymore.
Right.
It's just not. It's just even if they don't, there's just not going to be a thing. I mean, it took y'all 15 years to disassociate Rihanna and Chris Brown. But again, people just knew when you looked at them. So it's like, that's something that I kind of
right.
That's what I would like eventually. But in a real way, that's not realistic when it comes to the fact that we're not mega rich. We're not celebrities. And people are ruthless, you know what I'm saying? They'll take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that. I will say that there is such a fine line that people don't acknowledge between secrecy and privacy. And so I feel like the posting, I'm not talking about the gun line. I'm literally I'm just talking about like there is a boundary into what gets posted. Is that your dog or your dog? Is that no, that has to be your dog. Our dogs are good right now. But there is like a not keeping your husband from the world, but keeping the world from your husband type of situation when you're posting things. So never get it twisted that you feel like you have so much information just because somebody posted a picture of vacation. And this is how it becomes PDA. Like it's a display of affection, not a roadmap to my life.
There's just so much that when it comes to personal displays of affection, public displays of affection, excuse me, it really just, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you really just you gotta assess the type of person that you're with. You gotta assess who you're with. You got to assess the situation. And baby, it's fine. It's fine. Just let it up. But I just forgot everything I was saying.
It's like a whole crash.
You got to assess the person that you're with, and those are conversations that you have to have at the beginning and at the onset of the relationship. Not everybody is into PDA, and I'm not just, and like I said, PDA is not posting. Posting is a form of PDA, but PDA is not posting. PDA is public display of affection. It doesn't matter where the hell you are as long as you're in public, in the web, in real life. So some people might not like that because some people might not want to hold your hand out in public, but will take a picture with you with their arm around you all fucking day. I'm just saying they're not the same thing, but that's the conversation that you have to have with the people that you want, because then you're gonna feel bad because that person might just have a thing about they might just have a thing about that. Maybe they just have an ick about I can't touch somebody in public, or maybe it's like I'm ducking and dodging my wife. I can't touch you in public.
Maybe it's the latter.
The situation is, however, that's a conversation that you need to have at the beginning of the marriage, because that's when you can make that discernment for yourself.
Yeah, I feel you.
Do you like PDA?
Ducking and dodging my wife is wild.
Baby, I'm just saying, like, but that's when people be like, oh, I feel bad. He said he can never leave the house. Nah, ma. It's not that he can't leave the house. It's that he can't get caught. So it's like
he can't get caught.
Anyways, this ain't the pandemic, but yeah, I just, I feel like everybody has the right to have their own comfortableness, and you have to respect the other person's level of comfortability. That's just point blank period. And if you can respect it but also not be okay with it. I'm always gonna be on the side of things where it's like, I don't think that that's a deal breaker in my personal opinion. Like, I'm not gonna talk to somebody because she'd be like, hey, I'm actually not on social media. That's not gonna be a red flag for me. But there's some people that is an extreme red flag.
Right, like they're hiding something.
Which is completely wild.
Not wild. I mean, I don't believe it. Like, some people just don't want to have social media profiles. I totally get and understand that, especially if you're Ghost. But if you are somebody other than Ghost, it's not unheard of for you to have a form of social media.
So I feel like, and we, by the way, we really appreciate y'all putting those comments in there. Definitely keep flooding the comments. If y'all have some questions for us, put them in there. If we don't read them immediately, we will come back and we will read your questions. So we definitely appreciate y'all. And if y'all haven't already, please hit Miss Pisces with a favorite here on Meet Me. And if you're watching us on YouTube, and if you haven't already subscribed, or if you're watching us on Meet Me, you haven't already subscribe to us on YouTube at Country Fan Mail Podcast.
The link's in the bio.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it's about respect. It's about respect and just understanding that everybody is at a slightly different place in life.
Did the camera go off?
I'm still playing online. Got me scared now.
Okay.
Close your YouTube. She got me scared.
What the hell? Hard to be the person who's monitoring these things.
All right, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, keep going.
So when you get into to post or not to post, and the question becomes secrecy versus privacy, what do you feel like your take is on that, Clue?
Like I said, I'm all about both people being comfortable. I know it's just like the most cliche answer, but I'm about both people being comfortable. So if I know somebody who literally like I feel like I'm going around the circle. If you know somebody who doesn't like to take pictures and doesn't like to be posted,
Yeah.
then understand that that's just not going to be y'all's love language. That's not going to be how y'all figure that shit out. So don't expect to do it or expect for that person to have an okayness in you doing it. What can I post? I don't like to be posted.
Yo, I appreciate
Can I
that.
post this though? It's this. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it starts to get into a problem, right?
I'm gonna need a post check. I think that one of the cornerstones of boundaries is realizing you have to constantly confirm consent. Does that make sense? So even if
even in a marriage or
even in a marriage, even in a friendship, even with your kids, my daughter, prime example, was like, you can have first day of school pictures, but you cannot put them online. That is like okay, that's her boundary.
And some of y'all people be like, "That's my child. I'm gonna do whatever," and that's why they grow to be 18 and don't talk to you anymore. Because while they were still in your house, you didn't listen to their boundaries. You didn't listen to the things they're saying. Now, granted, there's levels to this shit. Levels to it.
Yeah.
I want to stay out till 11, and that's my boundary. I don't give a fuck. You better get your ass in there. That's different.
Yeah.
But you talking about don't post pictures of me on your social media because I don't want that stuff out there. It's a very sensible boundary that a very sensible human being gave.
Absolutely.
People, you know.
And that's the thing about like the post or not to post when it becomes a romantic partnership. I know every one of my friends is going to be like, Shay, is this okay if I post this picture of you? They're going to be like, bitch, is this your angle? Because y'all don't want to see me in bad light, and I wouldn't post a bad picture of you. So if we have that discernment for our friendships, then like we should have that same expectation with the sovereign individuals that we're in other relationships with, our children, our siblings. I have one sister who is not on social media. I took dozens of pictures when I went to visit her. I only post the ones that are just me. It's just respect.
That's literally what it all comes down to. You know what I'm saying? So going back into the, you know what I'm saying, the nitty gritty, the relationship type shit, it really is all about what that person's okay with. And if you don't want to be in a situation where you got to okay those things, then don't be with somebody that you got to okay those things. But understand that if you don't give that respect, you're not gonna get it.
Absolutely.
So if you send somebody a picture of you that you think is a big deal, like for instance, I paint a picture. Female sends a picture to a guy of her in like a bikini, right? She will go to the pool in this, but still he doesn't know that she's never worn a bikini outside. She's never felt comfortable, and she likes him so much that she's trying to be like risque, right? But they've never had that conversation. So he makes this post a year later about, oh, happy birthday to Margaret. He adds this picture into the collage and doesn't realize that was like a sacred thing to her because they never had a conversation about it. Mm-hmm. So now he pretty much just did the equivalent of sharing her nudes. Because maybe that's how she is. Right?
No, I get it.
Like you never know where that situation is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you be coming up with these very like specific one-off scenarios. Like, has this happened?
No, like it was like the one time that was like with you, like when you had posted a picture of my car, and I was like, you can't post my car because niggas know my car and they're looking for me, because that was when I was still selling.
Oh my god. Anyway, going back to the comments. Never mind, Kitty says, and this is like super important. If someone doesn't want to hold hands in public, I think they're hiding something. They're sketchy. And like, yeah, we all communicate differently, but most of it's nonverbal. So if we're together and you can't hold my hand, what you got going on?
What if I don't got hands? Nah, yeah,
I feel like I would know that already though.
literally there are certain situations that are just pretty obvious, but again, I always say this: first, second date, third date conversations are so important to make sure that y'all don't get disappointed later on in life. Y'all need to be asking questions about: do you have kids? Do you well you always ask do you have kids, but you don't ever ask do you want kids? Are you ever gonna want kids? Um, how do you feel about what are you religious? Do you pray? Which way do you face when you pray? Um, how do you sleep? That might be a silly question for y'all. You might be like, how do you sleep? You might meet a woman who had a king size bed all her life and she lays in the middle of it. That's one struggle. You might have a woman who's still sleeping in her twin size bed because she ain't moved out of her mama's house yet. That's another
Oh
struggle too.
my.
You got to figure out what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Have those conversations early.
Yo, this was actually one of the things that like prompted the whole honey-do list.
Oh Lord, yeah, the honeydew list, bro.
No, but I mean, like when you do transition into the comfortability, like you still have to check back in, and some of the things that we miss with communication, I miss with communication, be on the honey-do list. We were talking about this Freestyle Friday, and you said you had a whole list of shit that I just be missing.
I thought a honey-do list was just tasks. You getting real metaphysical and psychological.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just like hang this up, nail that down, take this out. You talking about
Right,
be a better person.
because
Whoa,
for
that's not a
every
honey-do
time
list.
that you have to repeat an item on the honey-do list, right? Hear me out. It's like a reminder of failure to adequately communicate your needs.
Or every time, see, that's you're looking at the glass half empty. You're looking at the glass half empty because if you look at it like that versus looking at it like every time that I have to remind my husband of this honey-do list, this is another opportunity for me to talk to him, which is a blessing because at any moment in time he could not be here.
Honey-do is a
I don't know.
privilege.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. We like it should be a privilege on both sides.
Oh no, definitely. I definitely think that. Let's go to the comments. Mr. Moon said, I think a relationship fell because of failure to communicate your own needs. That's literally what I said. Because every time you have to repeat something on the honey-do list, it is a reminder that you have inadequately communicated your needs,
Now,
thereby another strike on the
if
relationship.
your relationship ends or if your marriage ends because of a honey-do list, there were other problems. Believe me.
Well,
But the honey-do list can be a good representation of other communication issues
yes,
in the relationship. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And relationships, along with that, failure of communication or inappropriate or incorrect communication, along with that, not being able to understand. We were just having this conversation earlier due to a really dope viral post that happened. Not on our part, but relationships fail, marriages fail because you forget that it is okay to be unhappy while you're in a marriage.
yeah,
And
not miserable.
not miserable, but but also hear me out with that. You might have a miserable period in your marriage
Or relationship. Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
your relationship. Now, I'm a walk that thin line because you should never be that miserable in a relationship.
If you're just
If you're
dating.
just dating, move the fuck on. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. Take it from somebody who
Hold
knows.
on, let me take
You should
notes.
not be miserable in a
Move
relationship.
the
There ain't no problem with it.
How come they corrected it to duck?
I don't know. But when you're in a marriage, you're not always gonna be happy. When you got married, y'all got married because y'all made a commitment to make it work. That's why y'all got married. That's what the young lady was saying in her post, that so many people tried to run her through the ground on, because they were just like, what do you mean a man tried to approach you and he said, are you married? She said, yes. He said, are you happy? She said, no. And she was like, why do you think because I'm not happy that I'm attainable? I'm still married, nigga. That's still my husband. I still love him. I'm just not happy right now. I'm just honest. So I'm not gonna lie to you hoes.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a relationship, I don't know about that.
That's how you respond in all of the DMs when people just say you're only posting to make people think you're happy.
She does look good.
Thank you. I went to the grocery store. I had to get dressed up.
Yeah, she got grills. No good to go to the grocery store. All right, that's something else that we can talk about.
I got dressed to go to the grocery store.
That's crazy. Like she get upset.
Not cheating.
She get upset when I go to the stove and I just spray a little cologne on my arm, go outside smelling like the soap. I like to smell like a little bit more than soap. You know what I'm saying? Like
for who? Who gonna see you?
For me.
Who gonna be smelling you?
Me.
Okay.
I'm smelling me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know who I might bump into. You never know who I might bump into, baby. Baby, we out here in Sac. We out here in Sac. Like, you never know who I might bump into. Like, what if I'm
huh?
What if I'm down
who at the grocery store? Oh my goodness.
Exactly. Who at the grocery store? You never know who I'm gonna bump into. Like, we right down the street. I might be down the street and I might bump into Mozzie and his team. I can't walk up smelling like no dirty, but someone say, "Hey man, I'm trying to do some work." He gonna get the fuck out of my face. Or he might be like, man, the homo baby, that shit smell good. Right?
Nah, wait. I don't think that's gonna happen either, friend. I am not lying. Watch out for those guys in the produce section. Mr. Moon. I didn't even get any produce today. I went to the seafood section. Mm-hmm. And then I got.
You was in the cold section? Oh, here's another thing. Okay, so all right, here's one of our conversations. So I feel like in every podcast we should have that one conversation.
Oh my goodness.
Borderline not inappropriate, but a little risque.
It's always Clue going off the script.
How y'all feel about free balling? This is for women or for men. How do y'all feel about free balling? Free balling, if y'all don't know, definition of free balling is leaving the house and or your domicile with no underoos, drawers, thongs, anything on. She feels sweaty. OTF feels.
I would feel sweaty too. Definitely have something on under this. I definitely have something on under this. I cannot believe we're having this conversation right now, but I'm not free balling. You said without a thong.
Baby, that's not a thong.
Yes, it is.
Baby, women try. That goes between their ass crack as a thong. That thing is not a thong. That is a piece of fucking string. That's a shoelace. Straight is not a thong. But when I go out the house free balling, it's a problem. And I'll be having a whole pair of gray sweatpants. Oh my God. What's going on, y'all? Sweaty still. Still. God. Yeah. That's not easy.
No, sure it is. Of course it's easy access.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you got smell good, you got the easy access, and you went to the store without me.
And I came right back.
How do I know that?
Because you were here when I got back.
Jerry's still out on that one. Anyways.
And I sent you that song.
Oh, because she sent me a song. And then she came in here and told me, that song is for my nasty side nigga, toxic nigga.
It's still you.
Anyways, y'all. Yeah, bringing this full circle, we would love to have more dialogue, more questions. If you have any questions, please make sure that you send your questions to either me or Pisces on Instagram. Better send them on Instagram than to her DM on here. Just because I don't know. Do you agree with that?
I don't know how to get to the DMs on here.
Well, there we go. There we go. I am about to say how do you think?
I don't know how to. Yeah, they're off.
So
No,
yeah,
they're absolutely off.
go ahead and make sure that y'all send y'all questions to our Instagram. Yes, we can tap in with y'all. We can tell y'all more about it. Let us know what y'all think. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. And you got any ending comments?
No, but we will be here all week. 7 a.m. for coffee, and then
Cheers,
back
square,
again
cheers.
on Freestyle Friday right here at Meet Me. Make sure you guys hit me with a favorite. Appreciate you. And you can find me on all my socials. That's PISCESPRNSS.
And you can find me on social at KLUEDADON _ Make sure that y'all be checking out. We're gonna be dropping our cover song to. I'm just playing.
Oh yeah, guys. I was in the studio today.
Anyways, Cluedon,
Pisces Princess.
Country Family Podcast. This is the Love Seat Session, episode 2. See y'all next Sunday.
I like how you exited this stage.